In this video, we'll be covering how to connect static pages like home pages, FAQs, about pages within your application from Webflow, and how to link them up in your navbar. So the first thing you're going to want to do, in this case, we'll start with a home page, as that's probably the first static page that you'll want to create, is you'd want to go to the Pages tab in your admin account and create the new page. So giving it a name, something like homepage, pretty self-explanatory. I don't usually put a description, I'll just put a spacebar in there to keep the table clean. And by table, I mean the pages table. If you add a description, it'll show up under the page title. And for the homepage, you'll need to create a corresponding front end version of that in Webflow. So we just created the homepage in Tangram. We now need to create the homepage in Webflow. So by default, there should be a homepage in your project. And if you don't want to start from scratch for the design, a great resource would be reloom.io. They have a lot of homepage templates as well as components for Webflow. You can just copy and paste straight to your clipboard and paste it into Webflow like so. If I paste it in there like this, we have a beautiful wireframe template for our homepage. It's mobile friendly. Reloom is great for stuff like this to create a starting point. You would just probably want to replace the navbar and footer with ones you already have in your project, which I will do later on. But for the purpose of this, let's just quickly publish this homepage design, pretend we're done with it and happy with it in Webflow. We'll grab that published Webflow URL for the homepage, and then we'll paste it into that corresponding backend page in Tangram. So I'll click the little arrow to get the live version of that Webflow page. Usually ends in .webflow.io, or if it's your custom domain attached to it, it'll be your custom domain. And let's connect that to the corresponding backend page we defined in Tangram. Paste it into the template URL field. You don't want a backslash at the end of it. Make sure that's not there. Hit save. And success. We created a new page, but how do we link it in the navbar or on the logo? Well, because we created the homepage in Tangram, and it now has a friendly route, which is your subdomain or Tangram domain slash this friendly route slash home. So if we take away everything in our current URL and type in slash home, it'll take us to that homepage. Please keep in mind that if you don't have your navbars hooked up properly, it might look a little funny at first. By properly, it means in your navbar you need to have the attribute tg attribute navbar. So like if we wanted this navbar, it would have to have the attribute tg attribute navbar here, but for now, to avoid that double navbar issue, I will just delete it and hit publish again. And so we can copy that .tangram.co or your subdomain URL slash home and paste that into the navbars in our Webflow project. So if we went to the navigation folder, for each of the navbars, we can make the logo now link to, if we select the link element, that homepage. And you want to use the full URL. You don't want to select the page under this pages tab. That will break with Tangram. You want the full URL, your subdomain or your Tangram subdomain slash whatever the friendly URL is, like slash home. And you'll do the same thing for about pages, FAQ pages. Let's just go through it one more time to clarify how it's done. And I'll quickly delete what we have in the homepage for now to keep this template clean. But let's say we want to create an FAQ page. I'll create a new page in Webflow, name it something clear like FAQ, click create, copy that template in Reloom. Maybe we can find a FAQ template. Let's search for FAQ. Okay, that one looks nice. I'll copy that, paste it into the FAQ, publish that page that we just created in a couple of seconds with the help of reloom.io. Find the published Webflow version of that page, copy the link, and now in Tangram we need to make sure that, we need to make sure that we have a corresponding backend page for the FAQ. So I'll create a new page on the connected pages page of the admin account in Tangram. I'll just put a space in the description, create page, and paste in that Webflow URL we just copied in the HTML template URL field. And once again, the friendly route automatically generated based on the page label name. It'll be your subdomain slash FAQ. And once we hit save, we can now remove everything at the end of that subdomain, put in our friendly route FAQ, and we can link to that page anywhere throughout the app now. So we could put that link in the nav simply by going to the navigation folder, going to the logged out nav, for instance, copy and pasting one of these, renaming it FAQ, and then directing it to that serviceclone.tangram.co/FAQ link in Webflow like this. And that would be it.